There is a massive shadow here. I'm sat on the stairs because I've just mopped down the floor with the proper mop, which I've not used for months and months because I bought that squirty mop of dreams that I try to use at least once a week, but I try if I can use it about 3 times. But I think I've not used it since either last weekend, not the weekend just filmed before, or Monday or Tuesday last week. I know I didn't use it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for definite, but I might have used it Monday or Tuesday last week. I literally can't remember. But I bought that Flash floor cleaner, I showed it in the video, and I weren't going to use it because I've still got some proper Flash left. I think it's the same thing, but I think this is like the concentrated version. I've still got one I got from Tesco, and I've still got my Method one. I wanted to use up the Flash and the Tesco's own version before I opened that, but I just thought I'm going to mop the floors, and the water in the mop bucket's black. It was literally black before I even, like when I finished the kitchen it was very, very dark, and I've just done all downstairs and the floor's quite wet, so that's why I'm sat here. So after I filmed last, I don't know if I've filmed since, I've put my washing in the washer and the dryer's on. You can probably hear the dryer because I've got one of the items in. I do one at a time because it takes forever. I've just put that drink now, I'm going to have it in a minute. So I've got a sheet in, there's 2 sheets in there and pillowcases and a duvet cover. I don't know if I'm going to put that one back on because it's October and that's got butterflies on, but my other one's floral. But I think I'm going to put my other one on, but I'm still going to dry everything. So before I put the washer on, I started to do a bit of housework. I took some cleaning products upstairs and I did actually spray that pine air freshener, and oh my god, it's so nice. It's not like pine toilet duck smell, it's like a really nice scent. I know the one Mrs. Hinch has, I think is Erwick, so hers is probably really piney, but this is really nice. So I walked up these stairs and I sprayed it over the banister, and then I walked up the second set of stairs and sprayed it over because I've put it upstairs in my bathroom because I've got cleaning caddy. I've showed it in a video. I think I showed it in the live video where I took the top layer out and put it under the sink to put things in, and I've took the other thing up to my bathroom and I filled it with the cleaning products. So it's in there now, but it smells so good. So I think if I remember, every time I go to Asda for the next week or so, I'm just going to pick one up if they've got it in. So then I'm stocked up on it because it is so nice. So I've cleaned my sink, I put some I pined my toilet, and then I came and I did the washing, and then I went and wiped the passenger seat. I used about 5 wipes, they're not very wet. It was looking a little bit cleaner, but obviously you can't tell, but I've left them in my car, so every time I get in my car I can just clean it. I don't really have many passengers on that seat. I think it's because I've been putting things on it and I want to clean my driver's seat, so even if I have to go through the full packet to clean those 2 seats, it doesn't matter because they're £1. So then I thought when I put the washer on, because it takes half an hour, the washer I put it on, I'll just keep busy for half an hour. And I did about 15 minutes and I was so exhausted because I vacked downstairs and I vacked these stairs. And I was like, I'm knackered, and I went and sat on my bed for 45 minutes. I actually watched the vlog that went up today. And I eventually came downstairs and then I put that in the dryer. I entered the dryer and I folded it all up so it's stuff to go upstairs. I got all my washing together that needs ironing, so there's an ironing pile and a pile that can go straight upstairs. Then I thought, oh, I'll mop the floor. The reason why I stopped using the normal mop is because of how long it takes to dry. Like when I use that other mop, because it's a microfiber, it would be dry now, whereas this could take 20 minutes to dry because I haven't got any doors open. I prefer to mop when it's light outside, then I can have the doors open, then nothing flies in, because even though it's October there's still a few daddy long legs round, so in a few more weeks I would have just had the door open to dry it all. And I thought I'll just clean the kitchen floor, but then I've started doing the kitchen, so I've done them all. But I think it's so filthy, A, because it does need a proper mop every now and then, because that microfiber is not going to clean it as well as a nice hot mop, and B, because I don't think I've mopped it for about a week. I know I did it not the weekend just gone, but the weekend before, and I think I did it on the Monday night, but I'm not too sure. But it would have been Monday or Tuesday last week, so it's gone a week, and because the people are in and out, it's black. The water's absolutely filthy, but it cleaned really well. But I think it's just the concentrated version of that liquid. But I'm going to pick up a couple more while they're on offer for £1. I might as well. There's a lot of things that I want, and that's why I tidied my cleaning cupboard the other day, so I could see what I want and then use up the stuff I don't particularly want, so I can replace it with stuff that I want to try or have. I still need to go to like B&M and a pound shop, and she goes to Home Bargains, but there's no Home Bargains near, so I'm going to have to just get what I can, I guess. But she is motivating me. But earlier after a fact, I had to sit down. I'm pushing myself whilst I'm ill. And this is how I ended up in hospital at Christmas, because I kept going and going and going. I know that I had to go to work and all that stress that I had there, but I'm still probably doing a lot more than I should be. It's just that when I don't feel as down or as anxious, I do try and get bits done. So I will be putting fresh bedding on, which is one of my favourite things. Fresh bedding I love. And I need to like pick an outfit for tomorrow, because I'm still going to go see my solicitor. It's nothing to do with the police, that like when I'm going, like it's like you're going at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. It's none of your business, and I'm not signing that retraction statement. I decided that before he got on the phone and started giving me shit, but there's no going back on it now after what he said to me. I'm not having it. And he expected me not to tell anyone, because I have a habit of not telling anyone when bad things happen, but now I do. I tell as many people as I can, especially when the police are on the phone bullying me and making me feel suicidal. But I think those painkillers have worked as well, because my headache's gone and I don't feel as ill. But sometimes I feel like I'm taking painkillers and they're not making me feel better. But when you take a break from them for 24 hours and then take them, there's a massive difference. So I think they've kicked in as well. So I've got a vac on the next floor as well, but the vac's full and needs emptying. So hopefully I'll be able to vac the next set of stairs in my bedroom and the bathroom tomorrow. But I am trying to sort the house piece by piece, get rid of all the crap. Like all these need wiping, and I just can't be bothered, but I've got to do them at some point, and so do the skirting boards and stuff. But luckily that's just a job that gets done every now and then. And tomorrow I need to remember to spray that antibacterial spray. It's downstairs, so I need to walk upstairs and spray all the banister, all downstairs, the door handles, the duct light switches, all the way up to my bathroom. Keep my bathroom window open and open a window on that floor, and then it'll be nice and fresh when I come back. That's what I need to do. And yeah, I ordered one vlog last night. I woke up about 2 hours before my alarm was due to go off, and it took ages to upload the last one, so I thought, well, I'm only going to get one up tonight. I was going to film a video for tomorrow today, but I've got one scheduled anyway. But I did want to talk a little bit about the police and how they're bullying me and what he said to me. Well, I'm not going to go into everything he said, because my solicitor won't be happy if I reveal everything he says, because then he can watch it and deny it. He'll deny it anyway, they all do. So I was going to talk about that and how they've made my anxiety worse again and made me down and suicidal again. I miss being able to plait my hair, and it all stayed back. My hair needs dyeing. I still like 50-50 over what I'm going to do. Got my new eyeshadow on. Got no mascara on my bottom lashes. I forgot. But actually it doesn't look too bad. Like I can get away with that. And that's all really. And I'm still waiting for the floors to dry. That's the problem with the mop. But I think I'm going to use it at least once a month. And that was the original plan. But I think I've used it once. And I got that squirty mop around March. So it's not had a proper mop for 6 months. I'm going to show you the water. That is the filthy mop water. That is absolutely disgusting. And it was almost that colour from the kitchen alone. And I don't know if it's because I left it a week, or because the microfiber mop doesn't mop it as well. I think this is a deep clean mop, but it's still very, very wet. So I'm going to sit here to stop my dog from coming down and walking on it. And I'm going to drink that. It's me, the sick person. It is now Tuesday the 9th of... No, it's not September, it's October. And it is that time, 3:30. I've wanted to film so many times today, but literally I felt so ill. Filming was not a possibility. And then I had to have a bath and then a shower, then go and see my solicitor. I was at my solicitor's office for like 45 minutes. And I left and I went and picked a sandwich up and I've just drove here. But I'm going to be going home soon. I feel so crappy ill. Painkillers are actually helping because literally I took painkillers and they've helped me feel a little bit better. So I think painkillers are the answer, but I don't want to take too many. And I've not got many on purpose, so if I run out, I run out. God, I need to leave at least one dose just in case. I was meant to do that disinfectant spray around my house today before I went out. Ran out of time. Literally just got to my solicitor's just on time. So, that's that. You're going to see little bits and pieces unfolding on my vlogs about the solicitor and I won't discuss my solicitor, but the police and what they're doing. They've tried to get me to sign a retraction statement that's full of lies. So my solicitor's going to go back and say she's not signing it, which I've already said and they know. And this and this needs taken out basically. So we just wrote a new one that he agrees with and I kind of agree with. And he's going to send it to me once it's been typed up so I can decide either way. So, yeah. That's all I want to say right now. I just feel really ill and I want to eat. I got the same sandwich as the other day. That's not mine. I got the falafel and hummus one because I liked it. There was only one left. When I went yesterday, they didn't have any. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to show you what I got from Asda today. So I've picked up this because I liked the Pine Air Freshener. I know it's by a different brand, but I could have smelt it and I didn't. It's got this on, I'm going to smell it now. Oh, it smells alright. Not as nice as I thought, so I'm glad I only picked one up. I got a Pepsi Max for my dad. I got these for me. Chocolate soy milk. Mini jagged potatoes. Then sticks misfits. Combo sausage and mash for me. A 125 litre bottle of Diet Coke. I got a large Fairy Platinum because it's what we use. As you can see, we've still got one on the go, but I've got one ready. I think I got it because it was like £2 on offer, so... Oh, this is actually bigger. Yep, love that it's bigger. I got another one of these because I loved it. I'm not going to keep that upstairs, I'm going to keep it downstairs, and I got an orange Lucozade. So I'm literally going to do this, and I like to do it when I go out because it stinks. But again, I rushed out the house, and it's been over a week since I've done it, and I really want to do it. So I'm coming upstairs because I'm going to start at the top and work my way down because it needs doing. I don't know if I'm going to get changed or not. I know I'm going to use the toilet. And I won't be filming myself going to the toilet. But I need to open some windows, which I would do anyway. And spray everything. I've literally just sprayed everywhere with that antibacterial spray and it stinks. I'm not a fan of it. The scent anyway. I've literally... Look, I've sprayed the everywhere. But can you see those streaks on there? Yeah, you can see them. I don't know what's causing it, but that isn't that spray. I need to clean the fridge door now And something smells like it's died in here, and I'm presuming it's coming from the bin. So the bin needs changing. Morning everyone. It is the morning. I didn't take all my mascara off last night. I've already had a shower. I've just put on for now. Because I don't know what to wear because it's 16 degrees. Like, what is going on with the weather? It needs to make its mind up and stay at a temperature. Even if it stays at that temperature for 2 weeks. Not change daily. So, I'm tired today. I fell asleep about 1ish. Kept going to the toilet. And then about 3.5 hours before my alarm went off, woke up to go for a wee. And then had to go for a wee every few minutes for nearly 2 hours. So then I had just over another hour's sleep and that was it. So tired right now. But I still thought I'm getting up when my alarm goes off. I'm not setting it any later because I could have done another hour on it, to be honest. But no. So I've got all my rubbish together and I'm going to go and have my breakfast. And then, because the lighting isn't bad and I've tidied my room, I'm going to do some cutaway clips. So I'm meant to be filming a clothing haul of what I've been buying, other than obviously that bundle haul that I did, even though I will quickly show that in the video, I think. Because I've been buying stuff and I've been putting off wearing stuff, but I've been wearing some of the stuff. Like, this is one of the things I bought, but this is just like a lounging around the house t-shirt. So the first clip I will film when I come back up will be this t-shirt. So there are things when I do the sit down bit, because I always do a sit down bit and then I do clips of showing the items. So I have worn this quite a few times and I like it. So there are bits and pieces in this wardrobe. You can see the mirror that I use. That I just need to show so I can actually wear. I have been wearing some of it and I've not bought as much as I would like for the video, but the video's probably going to be quite long anyway, so it's just like I'm buying bits and pieces as and when I can afford, but I can't really afford. And at least my car passed its MOT, but obviously I was at the Solicitor's yesterday and I've got to tax my car, which is very cheap, to be honest. It's a low emission car because it's diesel, so it's very cheap. And then my car insurance is due for renewal. I need to try and like find some quotes online because it's due in a month. Well, less than a month now. I think it ends at midnight on the 7th of November. And today is the 10th of October, which is International Mental Health Day. I think it's international, but it is Mental Health Awareness Day. Hello, beautiful. You looking at me? Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm chilling. I can't show you because it's a mess in here. Hold on. You can still see some of the mess. There she is. Gorgeous girl, aren't you? Yeah? I love her. Look at her. She's like, I'm not coming to you. It's not my job. It is your job, Stinky. Oh, come here. Come on. Here she comes. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, yes. She's gorgeous. Right, yeah. Yeah, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. I love her loads. Do you want a YouTube channel? Could be called I Like to Sleep and Eat. That's all I like. And I like cuddles. The cuddling channel. The cuddling channel with Cleo. Hello, Cleo. She's molting, everyone. Would anyone like a molting dog? Because you can have her while she's molting. Rat bag, aren't you? Little ratty bags. I'm honestly so tired. I just don't know what to do, honestly. I've been more tired. I think it's because I'm ill as well. And I do feel a little bit better with the illness. I stopped the antibiotics. I think I last had some Monday. I didn't have any yesterday. I felt like they were making me worse. I know that sounds really stupid because I know it got rid of the whatever's going on with my teeth. It got rid of that. to some extent because I still have a little bit sore, but it got rid of that. It didn't get rid of my first illness, and it didn't get rid of the secondary illness that I've got. And I get the secondary illnesses because the first illness is there, and you know, the first illness will flare up, and if I don't get treatment for that, I develop a secondary illness which makes me very ill. So then that's why I end up in hospital, because they need to get rid of the original illness. So then the secondary illness will go, and that's what happened at Christmas. And I've had it a few times this year, and they keep giving me the same antibiotics that I get when I get released from hospital. But when, if you think about it, when I'm in hospital, I'm on gentamicin, I'm on amoxicillin and metronidazole together, and Oromorph and paracetamol and other stuff. So by the time I'm leaving, you know, I'm probably over the worst of it, and I'm given the coamoxiclav to kind of get rid of any remains of whatever's going on. I don't think I'm meant to be treated with it, to be honest. Every time I've been treated with it, I feel like it's not gotten rid of it, or I don't know. It's hard because it takes 3 days to work properly. Obviously after day 1 it'll start working a little bit, but it takes 3 full days for them to work properly. So I started taking them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday I woke up feeling worse than I'd felt. But really I'd had 3 days of antibiotics, so I shouldn't have been feeling worse. I should have maybe felt a little bit better, and I didn't. So I decided to stop taking them after Monday and save some in case I get ill again, because I know I've gone on the triage list twice recently, but generally I won't do that. Generally I'll just put up with it. And it's like both times I waited very close to the end of triage because I had to talk myself into ringing up, basically, because I didn't want to ring up, I didn't want to go in, I didn't want to admit I was ill. But it got to the point where, especially last Friday, I thought I'd been up all night with the toothache, and I know they can't treat the toothache, but I knew there was a chance I'd get antibiotics, and there was a chance those antibiotics would help, and they did. But it depends on what antibiotic you get, basically. So I knew I was going to ring last Thursday night, but I was still putting it off. I put it off till about 20 to 11. The week before I rung at 5 to 11, and actually I was very lucky to get on the triage list that day, because she actually looked at the time. And I think by the time I got through, because they play this message and then you get given options, by the time I got through, I think it was like 2 minutes to 11. And there's probably a receptionist who wouldn't have allowed me to go on that list. So I would have been like, so yeah, I don't like ringing, and that's why I've saved maybe 3 days. It might be slightly more. I think it's 3 days and 1, because I think one day I missed one and one day I missed one, I think. So I've got, I don't know, I know I've got slightly more than 3 days worth. So, but it's like when I was ill in March, I was so ill. Like, that's when I did those bath videos. I was so ill. Like, I've never felt as ill as I felt on that weekend and those first 3 days of that week. And my doctor wouldn't treat me for it, because I went to see her twice that week, but there was other stuff going on. And because when I went in the second day, she's like, I've not got you in for this, because I'd asked to see her, and she said, I've got you in for something else. If you're ill, you're gonna have to ring back in the morning. And I was like, but I don't think she realised how ill I'd felt for the 6 days leading up to that point. And I got it again at the end of the month when I went to Devon. Or was it February when I got it? And then I was ill with it in Devon. It weren't as bad, but I was ill, and I had to ring the doctors, and then they sent a prescription down, and then I rung again, and she's like, ring an ambulance, and I'm like, oh God. So I went out and bought more pyjamas and underwear, and just in case I ended up in hospital. Then I spoke to the people who owned the hotel, and I'm like, told them what was going on, because I'd only briefly told one of them a little bit, and I was like, my doctor's like insisting if I get worse I have to ring an ambulance, and they're like, well, if you have to ring an ambulance and it's in the middle of the night, just knock on our door and we'll come up and we'll help you. And they was like, it's a shame like you didn't tell us that like you weren't going home today, as in the day that I told them, because we were both free all day. We could have drove you home, like one could have followed you us up, and then I said I couldn't have asked you to do that, it's like 300 miles each way. I said that's like a full day. I'm like, you didn't even earn that much me staying here, what it would cost you in your fuel, because he had a BMW, big BMW, I showed it you, and she had an Audi TT. It would have cost them more in petrol to do that, but it was such a nice thing that they would have actually done that. Like, it just shows that there are some actual nice human beings out there. So I was convinced I was going to end up in hospital, and yeah, I just, like, I packed my bag for going home, and then I had my bag in case I ended up in hospital, so I had all my essentials and some new pyjamas, because I bought some at the weekend, and then I bought another pair, then I bought some tops so I can change my tops. I think I bought some underwear as well, and then I had my toilet, I had everything how I needed it. And then I just rested as much as I could, because the reality was I was determined to come home the next day, because that was the day I was leaving. I didn't want to end up in Devon for 3-4 more days ill in a hospital. That was not an option as far as I was concerned. So I managed to come home, but it was like the horrific like day from hell coming home, because the traffic, and it was torrential rain, you know, that super heavy rain all the way, like for hours and hours, just like the worst rain. Like, I've never driven in rain that bad for that long. And like, it was it wasn't pitch black, but it was super dark. It was like the darkness it would be like at 6 o'clock at night now. And the rain was just that torrential rain continuously. And I think I drove for 2 hours before I stopped, and I was knackered when I stopped, because you're having to concentrate more than you would normally, because there were people driving without the lights on and people pulling in with hardly any room like they would normally do, but the road was absolutely like torrential, and it was so stressful and it was difficult. And then we kept getting in traffic where we were barely moving, and then we'd get moving. And so when I had that first stop, and you would have seen me on the phone, it was because I was ringing my dad, because he was going to go and try and get me a doctor's appointment that day. That's who I was talking about in that video. I know I never alluded to who I was talking to, but if you know who my doctor is, you'll know whose name I was actually saying in that video. And because of him, I did end up with an appointment. But when I got off the phone, I literally went and got a coffee, and I drank my coffee, and then I carried on. And I only just made that doctor's appointment, you know, because luckily for me, and I didn't know this at the time, she works somewhere else on a Thursday evening. I don't know if she still does now, but I presume she does. And she had booked me in there. Well, she'd got the receptionist to, and they'd rang me, and I eventually rang them about 20 minutes before they closed. And they're like, you've got an appointment tonight at, what was it, 7:15 or something. I got off the motorway at 7:10. And where I got off the motorway, it's probably a 10-minute drive from there to where the appointment was. It can be quicker, it depends on what the traffic is and what the traffic lights are, but I'd say at least 7-8 minutes to get there. So I got there 5 minutes late, and then she made me wait, and then she come out for me. But then she gave me next to nothing for what was wrong with me. And then ended up back. Then I saw her, and then ended up back there again a week later or 2 weeks later. I can't remember. I've not been since. But yeah, for me to actually ring triage twice, it's massive, because I only ever rung once before, and that was in Devon. Well, I rang twice, but I didn't. The second time wasn't for triage, it was just to speak to my doctor. And then the receptionist like, she's not in, I'm not ringing her at home. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to ring her at home, because she works some Wednesdays and she works some Fridays. I didn't know she weren't working that Wednesday because she'd worked the Wednesday before. So, yeah, I do keep antibiotics if I can. There's been times when I've took the whole dose because I've been so ill I've had to take the whole dose. But if I can leave at least 2 days, well, I tried to leave 3 days because it takes 3 days for them to kick in. So if I've got 3 days, they're going to kick in and then I've got nothing. But, you know, it's better than nothing. But I noticed also I was going full days without pain relief. Then I'd take it and then a couple of hours later I'd feel a lot better than I had done. So yesterday I felt like death when I woke up. I woke, buddy, beat around the bush with that one. I felt horrific. I just did not know what to do with myself. And I'm like, I got the solicitors, I just want to go to bed because I'd had a rubbish night's sleep as well. And I got up and I had Lucozade and I had painkillers, and like an hour later I perked up a little bit. By the time I got to my solicitors I felt a little bit better, and then I felt better for speaking to him, to be honest, because he knows the law. I'm not going to discuss the whole of my conversations about my solicitor on here because the police watch this, but, you know, the police have treated me horrifically for 2 years. I want them out of my life. We had a long conversation yesterday. I was there for 45 minutes. It's the longest conversation we've ever had. And we talked about a lot of things, like, and I felt a little bit better for speaking to him. And now we came to a decision between us, even though the decision isn't fully set in stone, because I still need to speak to other people. Because I have my little circle now, which the police don't like. The police don't like that I've got a little circle. They don't want me to have anyone. Because when that Paul Murphy got on the phone, he was telling me that, you know, I had to do what he told me to do. No, I'm not doing what the police tell me to do. That's why I've ended up in this position. Because I was so scared of the police. I was doing whatever they wanted. I was bending over backwards. When they said jump, I'd say how high and then jump even higher than they wanted me to jump because I was scared continuously. But I've had someone telling me, do what I want to do. Don't be pushed around by the police. And my solicitor's obviously of the same mind frame, but he's not the one who's been helping me. I mean, he's helping me in different ways, but he's not the one who's predominantly said, like, you need to actually grow some balls and actually stand up for yourself for a change, because otherwise people like the police, and especially the police, are just going to come along and they're going to put you in all these situations that you don't want to be in and you can't cope with, and you don't, you know, and then they don't involve you anyway. Like, they've opened these cases, they've never involved me. I was a willing participant. I even told them, and my dad told them, I had more information. They wouldn't let me give them the information. So, you know, they can't say they've properly investigated things when I've offered to give them information. They've said I've not cooperated, but I can prove I offered to give them information and cooperate, and I have fully cooperated all of last year, but they just didn't want to involve me because they don't want me to prove I'm telling the truth, because they want me to make me out to be someone I'm not. So I do have a little circle, and I have people who know the real me, not the me the police have made up to fit in with what they've got, but they've actually got to know me. And my solicitor knows who these people are, and the police don't need to because it's nothing to do with them. But I do have my little, very small circle, like it's tiny, my circle. But you don't need a big circle. All you need is certain people in your corner who know the real you. You just need to let people know the real you. You don't need to have, like, people in power or authority. But, you know, open up to people, let people see the real you. Because when I say to certain people, oh, the police have described me this way, they're like, that's not you. That isn't you. So it just goes to show the police will make things up to make you look bad, to fit in with what they've got. I don't know why they felt the need to destroy me, to make me want to die, but Melissa Chadwick has done for over 2 years now. I want to die because of Melissa Chadwick. I'm refusing a probation because a DC called Melissa Chadwick. It's as simple as that. And I'm telling people because people need to know what has gone on and who's making me feel this way. Because if I ever did commit suicide, people can just look at my videos and go, it's Melissa Chadwick that's made her feel this way. And to some extent, some of other police officers. And I'm not saying they're all bad, because I was saying to my solicitor, you know, I have good things to say about some of them. But there's some of them that have been so horrible to me. And there's been no need for it, because I'm not a horrible person. I'm very helpful, I'm very friendly, I'm very nice, I'm approachable. You know, I've just been pushed around by the police because I am scared of them. I've always been scared of them. I've always been very respectful towards them. And, you know, I come on here and you'll see that I don't say full names of certain people, and that's because I respect them. I have no respect for Melissa Chadwick because she's tried to get me to kill myself. She let me take an overdose. She knew I took the overdose because of her. Then she came to the hospital and had me in a room for 3 hours and went ballistic at me. So no, I don't have any respect for her. And for a long time I wanted to ask her why she did it. Now I don't, because people in my little tiny circle have made me realise Melissa Chadwick did it because she's a horrible person. And someone actually said to me, Melissa Chadwick would chop her own mother. That literally sums her up. That is the type of person she is. So, you know, you'll see that I only say first person names of other people. And that's because I respect them. I may not have agreed with what they've done or the positions they've put me in, but I still respect them. I may not like them, or I mean, I like some of them, but, you know, the positions they've put me in when they've put me into interviews when I've been under the influence, you know, if any of these things ever went to court, they'd have to explain to the judge why they let me do these interviews under the influence or under the pressure that I was under. So, but anyway, I feel better for that conversation I had yesterday. And there's still 2 people I need to speak to over the next coming weeks. Then at some point I'll make a final decision. They've been told, you know, to leave me alone again and to only contact my solicitor or my ISFA if they need any more information. Let's see if they stick to that. And I won't be making my decision till November now, because A, my solicitor's off. Not this week, next week and some of the week after. B, there's 2 other people I need to speak to and I'm not being pushed. I have basically made the decision anyway. I made it with my solicitor yesterday and I'm not 100% happy with it, but I want the police out of my life, and that was the deciding factor in the decision that I made. They've took over my life for 2 years and 1 month by this point. I've had no life. I don't go out, I don't socialise, I don't talk to people. I'm scared to be in the house, I'm scared to be outside the house because of the police. I do open up now, but I didn't. And I do tell people what the police have done, because it's been pointed out to me it's important that people are aware of what these people have done and will do to other people. And it's wrong that they do this. So that's why I'll always speak out about it, and I hope one day some of the powers they've got get taken off them and there is a proper governing body that investigates them. Not the IPCC, because they're full of ex-police officers or currently acting police officers. There needs to be a proper place where people who don't work for the police, have no association with the police, aren't fans of the police but don't hate them at the same time, because that would be unfair, because then they'd always side with the other person. But people who can come into it being unbiased and look at the facts. That's what needs to happen. And if I ever get well enough to campaign for that or help others to work towards that, then I will do. But for now, every day is a battle to get through for me. Like, I don't come on here and go into the true extent to my feelings, ever. A lot of it's because if I talk about it, it actually makes me worse. And I didn't realise that for a long time when I was coming on here and going. And even then I wasn't going massively into details, but I was saying little bits and pieces. Then I'd feel down. And it took me, when I took that break and I weren't filming and I weren't uploading any vlogs, it was then when I was like, oh, actually, I'm feeling down because I'm talking about it in here. Like, I don't mind going, I'm anxious, I'm struggling, I'm really down today, like things like that. But I just can't go into details. I can't do it to myself. You know, I do want to help others, but at the same time, I need to help myself, and it's took me until recently to realise the most important person I can help right now is myself. And I don't help myself sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, don't know what to do, and I get scared, and then I just go along with what other people want. And there's people around me trying to stop me from doing that and doing what other people want, and actually thinking about my decision, or actually going to someone and going, I've got this decision, I don't know which way to go, and getting their advice. And that's what I've actually been doing recently. And I'm lucky to have the little circle that I have, because I feel that little circle is the best circle I could ever have. And yeah, this, like, and these people actually get to know the real me. They get to see who I really am. I don't get scared around them, although sometimes I go there and I'm scared and I'm like, oh, this has happened and I'm scared. But they ask me questions and I actually answer them, and I don't avoid the questions, and I tell them how I really feel. And for me, that's a massive thing, because for a long time, I was like, oh, I'm feeling a bit down. But now I'm like, well, actually, and then I tell them how I truly feel. And that's a massive step for me, and it's a massive step for anyone. If you can find anyone, even a stranger, even you could ring a helpline, if you can find someone or something you can go to or talk to or whatever and open up, all you need is one person. And I'm lucky with what I've got. It might be a very small circle, but I feel able to open up. I'm able to, and the thing is, like, there's one person in particular, I can walk in and pretend I'm okay. They know I'm not. I can go, oh, hi, like, you know, I act like I'm okay, and they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing, like, but they know there's something wrong. And that's a big thing, to have someone like that in my life, and someone who will fight my corner, and someone who actually knows me, and not this person. Like, the police have made me out to be a monster, and I think you can see from my videos I'm not a monster. What you see on here is me. Sometimes you see the raw me where I'm upset and stuff, and they're making me out to be this horrible person. Like, I don't know why, or if they get enjoyment from making me out to be someone I'm not, but it's wrong. Anyway, I filmed a lot this morning. It's probably all like a full vlog's worth, but I'm going to go. I'm going to have some breakfast. I think I'm not going to have any pain relief, but then again, I don't know. I think I'll have my pain relief. I need to actually get some today, because I'm about to run out, and I've been like not taking much, because Thursday I took a massive amount, took quite a lot Friday and Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I've had 1 or 2 doses maximum, mainly 1 dose. But I'm going to have a dose now. Cereal, orange Lucozade, get ready. Hopefully film some clips for the upcoming video. I need to edit Sunday's video. I need to watch it to see if I'm happy with it. What's Tuesday's video? I don't have a video for Tuesday. I do have story times from May that I did that I can use, but I only want to use them if there's absolutely no chance of a video being filmed. I'm working on another Sunday video. It's a cleaning video. It won't be ready for this Sunday. Hopefully get it up the following Sunday. I need to think of what I'm going to do for this Tuesday. I know I'm doing a clothing haul video, but I did a clothing haul video maybe 3 weeks ago, so I don't want it to go up yet. It might go up next Tuesday or the Tuesday after, so I need to think of what can go up this Tuesday. If you have any ideas for videos for Sunday or Tuesday, stuff that won't cost me a lot of money and stuff I can do at home, even if it's a story time video, if I've talked about something and I've not gone into detail and you want to know, if I can talk about it, I will do. It depends on what it is. It might be something that upsets me, or something that I definitely can't talk about for other reasons, but if I can talk about it, I will do. Because this Sunday's video is a story time video. It's about the concerts I went to, and I filmed a 1-take clip, and it's about 25 minutes long. I want to shorten it to 20, but there's probably stuff I want to keep in it, so it's probably going to stay 25 minutes. I think it's 25 minutes or 22, it's one of them. But I'm definitely going to go, and I'm probably going to end this vlog here. So thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, click the bell notification button. I know I'm a long way off 1,000, but that is the dream, that is the goal, that is, you know, I mean 10,000 is my ultimate goal, but to get to 1,000 would make me happy. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer. Just to reiterate other things I've said in videos, I'm not going to talk to anyone away from YouTube, especially males. So if there's anything you want to say to me, say it in the comment section. I'm not going to email you, I'm not going to meet you, I'm not going to ring you, I'm not going to do any of that. But I'll happily talk in the comment section if it's appropriate. And I have Instagram, so check that out. I try and post daily, but there's been times recently where I've not put anything up for a week or so. Just depends on how I'm feeling, and I'll be back in a few days for another bi-weekly video. Couldn't remember what video it was then. Bi-weekly video. Thank you for watching, everyone.